lonely wooden puppet has nowhere left to go. Pinocchio weeps, his stomach aching with hunger, while distant thunder shakes the fragile little house. It's so cold, I can't bear this freezing night. At last he finds a brazier with a few glowing embers, a tiny spark of warmth shining in the darkness. He pulls his stool closer and stretches out his legs, resting his weary feet above the fading coals. The comfort of warm sleep, the danger of the flame, a careless puppet drifting into dreams. Too tired to feel it, too weary to wake, the silent fire slowly takes its toll. So warm, so peaceful. As the hours pass, deep slumber holds him fast. The wood begins to blacken beneath the heat. A thin trail of smoke rises through the room, yet the dreaming puppet notices nothing at all. Look how fast I run. The embers slowly consume the pine, turning sturdy wood to ash and dust. He feels no pain within his wooden body, yet the damage is done before the dawn arrives. The comfort of warm sleep, the danger of the flame, a careless puppet drifting into dreams. Too tired to feel it, too weary to wake, the silent fire slowly takes its toll. Wake up! Wake up, foolish puppet! At break of day, a knock sounds at the door. The voice of Geppetto echoes through the house. Pinocchio awakens and leaps from his chair, eager to greet the father who has returned. Knock, knock, knock! Pinocchio, open the door! He tries to stand but crashes to the floor, staring in horror at the ends of his legs. His feet are gone, reduced to ash and cinders, leaving him helpless and unable to Old Geppetto climbs inside through the small window, holding 3 sweet pears, his only food for the day. He freezes in horror at his wooden son without feet, then falls to his knees, embracing the boy tightly. My poor child, what has happened to your feet? I am starving, Papa, Pinocchio cries aloud. The fire ate my feet, and my little chick has flown away. Geppetto wipes away tears and offers the 3 sweet pears. The puppet grabs them eagerly, desperate to eat. The hunger of a child, the sacrifice of a father. To save a lost soul, he gives away his only meal. Born from the humblest heart, a love so deep and pure, shining like a beacon through the cold and bitter dark. Peel them for me, Papa. I cannot eat the skin. Geppetto takes his knife and peels the soft green skin. Do not be too delicate, my dear little child, he says softly. You never know what awaits you in this harsh and cruel world. You must learn to cherish every simple blessing. Eat well, my son, be comforted. The 3 pears disappeared down his wooden throat, yet the hunger still gnaws inside his chest. Pinocchio stares at the pile of skins and cores, begging for just a little more in a desperate voice. The hunger of a child, the sacrifice of a father. To save a lost soul, he gives away his only meal. Born from the humblest heart, a love so deep and pure, shining like a beacon through the cold and bitter dark. Papa, I am still so terribly hungry. With nothing left, he eats the skins and the cores, finding them sweet in his moment of despair. He looks up at his father, eyes filled with regret, finally understanding the weight of that love. You were right, Papa. I was so foolish. The puppet throws his arms around Geppetto's neck. Forgive me, dear Papa. I will be good from now on. I will go to school and study every single day. Just make me some new feet so I can walk again. Smiles through his tears, forgetting all his pain. I will make them for you.
Old Geppetto works through the night beneath a dim candle, shaping 2 small feet from seasoned pine with careful hands. He glues them to the boy's wooden stumps with devotion, while Pinocchio watches in silence, holding his breath. There, my child, your new feet are finally complete. Pinocchio leaps from the workbench, feeling the solid floor. He runs, he jumps, dancing through the tiny room. Thank you, Papa, I will be good now, I will learn. He declares his promise to go straight to school. The stride of a new life, the sacrifice of a lonely father to buy a simple spelling book. He steps into the freezing cold, giving up his only coat to clothe his child in paper. A bond born of poverty, shining brighter than gold. Look at me, Papa, I can run like the wind. But a schoolboy needs clothes, and Geppetto makes them by hand. A flowered paper coat, shoes shaped from bark, a cap made of breadcrumbs stitched with care. Now Pinocchio looks like a little prince in the hallway. You look wonderful, my dear little boy. But Papa, we forgot something, the puppet suddenly says. We have no spelling book to learn from. The old man falls silent, staring at his empty hands, knowing there is nothing left to sell in the house. The stride of a new life, the sacrifice of a lonely father to buy a simple spelling book. He steps into the freezing cold, giving up his only coat to clothe his child in paper. A bond born of poverty, shining brighter than gold. Wait here, Pinocchio, I will return soon. Geppetto rushes out into the biting winter storm, returning moments later with the precious spelling book. His old wool coat is gone and he shivers in his shirt, yet his eyes burn with a warmth that melts the cold. The wooden boy throws himself into his father's arms, pressing his painted face against his trembling chest. He understands the cold his father now endures, and swears to make him proud on his first day of school. Held tightly, thank you, Papa. Pinocchio marches down the street with his new spelling book, dreaming of all the wonderful things he will learn. Suddenly, music drifts through the morning air. Fi-fi-fi, tum-tum-tum, the call of pipes and drums. What is that beautiful sound? I must find it. He reaches a crowded square, and a towering striped tent, a painted sign reads, "The Great Puppet Theater." The ticket cost 4 pennies, but his pockets are empty. He looks down at the book his father sacrificed so much to buy. The lure of the stage, the breaking of a promise, a fleeting joy traded for something far more precious. The spelling book is sold for 4 small copper coins, and the wooden boy runs inside the tent of illusion. Buy my book! Someone buy this brand new book! He buys his ticket and rushes in just as the show begins. Harlequin and Punchinello argue on the stage. Suddenly Harlequin stops and points into the crowd. Am I dreaming, or is that Pinocchio among us? Look! It's him! It's really him! The wooden puppets rush toward the edge of the stage, calling his name as if he were one of their own. Pinocchio leaps up, embracing them in delight, while the audience erupts in laughter and applause. The lure of the stage, the breaking of a promise, a fleeting joy traded for something far more precious. The spelling book is sold for 4 small copper coins, and the wooden boy runs inside the tent of illusion. Hurrah for Pinocchio, our lost brother! But the celebration is cut short by a falling shadow. The master of the troupe appears, fire eater, fearsome and vast. His beard is black as smoke, trailing down to the floor, his eyes burning like lamps of fury. What is the meaning of this chaos in my theater? The giant glares with a cruel, twisted smile. He seizes Pinocchio and lifts him high like firewood. The curtain drops in a rush of darkness and fear. The show ends in suffocating silence. Caught in the trap! Caught in the trap! Ha 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 ha! Caught in the trap! Harlequin and Punchinello dance under the bright stage lights, performing their usual comedy for the roaring crowd. Suddenly Harlequin freezes, pointing into the darkened seats, spotting a familiar wooden face hiding in the back. Look there! Look who has come tonight! It is our brother Pinocchio. The puppets cry in unison. They abandon the script and rush to the edge of the stage. Rosaura and Columbine leap down, embracing him tightly, lifting him high in celebration of their lost companion. The dance of the wooden brothers beneath the stage lights, bound by strings yet free in this moment of joy. But behind the velvet curtain, a darker shadow stirs, as the master's footsteps echo closer and closer. Hurrah! Long live our brother Pinocchio! The joy collapses as a towering figure steps from the dark. Fire Eater, the terrible master of the theater. His beard like ink spills down to his heavy boots, his eyes burning like twin lanterns of fury. What is this chaos in my theater? He bellows. You have ruined my show and defied my command. He seizes Pinocchio and hurls him into the shadows while the puppets tremble, silent with fear. Silence, or you all burn in my fire! The dance of the wooden brothers beneath the stage lights. Bound by strings yet free in this moment of joy. But behind the velvet curtain, a darker shadow stirs as the master's footsteps echo closer and closer. Save me, Papa! I don't want to die here! Night falls over the empty theater. The master prepares his dinner fire. He looks at Pinocchio and chooses him for fuel, while Harlequin and Punchinello weep in silence. Lifted high above the stage, the puppet faces the flames. He cries out for his distant father, the man who gave up his coat for him. The master pauses. Something unfamiliar flickers in his eyes. The air grows still as the giant opens his mouth to speak. Wait. 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 The terrible master sneezes, his anger suddenly breaks. A strange softness flickers behind his fierce black beard. You are a good boy, Fire Eater grumbles low. Your tears for your father have saved you from the fire. Achoo! Bless you all! But the fire still hungers for wood to feed its flames. Fire Eater turns his gaze toward trembling Harlequin. Tie him up, he roars, he will be tonight's fuel. Pinocchio cries out, watching his brother in chains. A toy's courage, a plea against the fire. Take me instead, the puppet cries to the sky, offering himself to save another from the flame. A spark of truth burning brighter than fear. No! Let him go! Take me instead! The master stares in silence at the wooden boy's courage, then sneezes again, louder than a winter storm. You are remarkable, he bellows, suddenly softened. I shall eat my mutton half raw tonight. I forgive you all. The kitchen erupts in celebration and chaotic relief. Harlequin and Punchinello spin beneath the lantern light. Laughter fills the room where flames once threatened doom, as the fire in the hearth dies into gentle embers. A toy's courage, a plea against the fire. Take me instead, the puppet cries to the sky, offering himself to save another from the flame. A spark of truth burning brighter than fear. Long live Fire Eater, the merciful master. At dawn the master calls Pinocchio forward, placing 5 gold coins into his small wooden hands. Take these to your father, he says more gently now, and give him my greetings. Pinocchio bows deeply, overcome with gratitude. Thank you, Master! Papa will be so happy! With gold hidden safely in his pocket, Pinocchio sets out on the road for home. He dreams of a warm coat for his father, not knowing the road ahead will test his fate. The journey home begins with 5 shining coins. Home to Papa.